over. McIlroy has his masterpiece.
And there it is, my friends. The 2025 Masters is in the book. We all know who won. He joins the likes of Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Gene Sarazen, Seve Ballesteros, Sergio Garcia as Masters champions, Mr. Rory McIlroy. Let's give it up for Rory, pulling one out from behind. You're listening to Tending the Flag. My name is PJ Kanojan, and I'm coming to you from Williamsburg, Virginia, and coming to you from the other side of the internet in a state that, believe it or not, is home to the largest population of horseshoe crabs in the world. Kevin Leonowich. Kevin, how you doing tonight?
I am doing great, dude. What a weekend for golf.
Oh, it was incredible. The greatest Masters ever. Easy.
I would give it number 2. But yes, Sunday was an absolute roller coaster. I'm pretty sure I'm still emotionally just spent from watching TV on Sunday.
I don't think my phone battery has died down from all the tweeting and the group chat and all that stuff. It's still, my phone still feels like it's about to explode. It was an amazing experience, and just emotions up and down and all over the place. And oh my God, this is great. And for a brief second, we had some cruise control. Okay, this is going to be fun. And then, nope, yoink, rug gets whipped out from underneath us again, and we're in a battle again. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, absolute it was basically live theater, man. It was so good.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, you couldn't script it better. And imagine being there in that crowd, too. It was really cool looking at the shots of the crowds looking at its scoreboard and just cheering when something changed on there, the roars when that happened. That was pretty awesome. That was one of my favorite shots of the weekend.
Yeah, the old school scoreboards that they flip backwards and then the score magically pops up. Yeah, it was pretty cool watching the crowds just go nuts when the scoreboard was changed.
Yeah, nothing beats sitting there and just that big scoreboard at Augusta. And I just remember so clearly from last year. It's like an image ingrained into my head seeing it in person. It's awe-inspiring, to be poetic.
Definitely. However, I feel like the TV viewers were the real winners this year because...
Oh, absolutely.
You weren't seeing 99% of what we got to see. It probably was cool being there, but you didn't get to see it. So bravo, Augusta National, man. Bravo.
And that kind of goes into an argument of mine where the big, massive sporting events like the Masters, well, I'll specify a Sunday ticket to the Masters. The Super Bowl, something like WrestleMania or something like that too. You are better off sitting at home watching it because you do get that entire full picture and you're not just sitting there without the commentary, because the commentary and seeing the other shots from the other players is what made this so awesome to watch.
Yeah, you couldn't possibly keep up with all the different events that were unfolding if you were there in person. So yeah, it was man, I can't even get the words out either about how excited I was just to watch golf. It was incredible.
Yeah. And everybody else seemed to be excited too as well. In fact, I saw a stat that this was the most watched golf in history. CBS Sports reported that 12.7 million people turned in for the final round of the Masters, which was a 33% increase from last year, and it was the most watched Masters since Reed won in 2018. From 7 to 7:15 p.m., viewership peaked at 19.5 million to watch that playoff. Almost 20 million people watched that playoff.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's
just unbelievable. But before we get too much further, really, a guy I want to shout out for the weekend. He finished second, barely, and I mean barely. Justin Rose, out of nowhere. I don't think anybody had that prize pick in their fantasy pool, in their betting pools, and if you did, I'm sure you are a very happy person right now if you even place him in the top 5. He just he's been consistent at the Masters over the last couple years, but I don't think anybody had him even competing for the title, let alone almost winning it.
Nah, I don't think many people had him as an outright just winner. I did see that he's had, I think, 9 leads now at Augusta throughout the years. He's got 11 top 25s in his last 14. It's his 3rd runner-up second time losing in a playoff. He's got a lot of history at Augusta. Just unfortunately can't get it over the line.
Yeah, he knows the pressure, and what really I think helped him this year was that first round. He shot a 65, and he was clear cut in the lead, and he just banked up strokes on the field right there. Second round 71, third round 75. I counted them out, man. I did not, round 1 and 2, I was like, okay, he might go wire to wire after this one. A little bit of faltering in round 2, but okay, everybody's going to have that off round. All the champions have, for the most part, had a round that's not as great. But to shoot a 75 on round 3, I wrote him off.
Yeah, I mean, he was 7 shots back going into Sunday. I didn't think there was a chance.
Just no chance in hell. And what does he do? He turns around, shoots a out of his mind 66 on Sunday. And it was wins it. Like, it's insane. Okay, I'll give you some stats here. 76.8% driving accuracy. He had 76.4 greens, 25% on saves, 24 birdies, and 13 bogeys. He was there. He was there. It was incredible.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, he had 24 birdies on the weekend with only 13 bogeys. No doubles, no eagles. He was just right in the zone. 10 birdies on Sunday is incredible. It was insane. 8 in the final 12 holes. He didn't even have a par for almost the entire back nine. His last 8 holes, he didn't have a par.
Yeah. Now, let me give you some other stats here. 62.5% driving accuracy, 65.3% GERS, 25% save, 3 eagles, 18 birdies, 5 bogeys. Who am I talking about?
I mean, that's got to be Rory with the 3 eagles.
That's Rory. But think about those numbers. 24 birdies to 18 birdies. That's sizable. Look, at 13 bogeys. Rory kept it tight with 5 bogeys, but that's just driving accuracy in the greens. That's a 12% or so. They say you got to hit the fairways to win at Augusta, but clearly not.
Yeah, and you want to talk about birdies and bogeys. I was looking up Bryson, of all people. He didn't make an eagle all week.
Nope.
And it's like,
not a single
one. It's going to be anybody's game to do that. It would be him. His
kryptonite has always been those irons, and it let him down this time again. He had 59.7% greens. I mean, it kills him. The iron play just kills him. He spends all that time beefing up and getting the driver, but that's cool. But we all know the adage, drive for show, putt for dough. If you can't get it to the green, you're toast.
Yeah. It definitely been one of Bryson's weaknesses. His putter kind of fell off, too, at the end. But yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Justin Rose real quick, because it was an incredible performance. Even shooting 75, like you said, on Saturday, only making 2 birdies that day. To still be relevant and to keep putting the foot on the pedal at the end and just gunning for it. I mean, it really paid off.
Yeah, and he could have quit after the round 3 and just said, "All right, I'm so far behind, I'm not in it." But that's even more respect. There is being able to keep that nerve and being able to recover from that poor of a performance on Saturday. I don't know, dude's incredible. All my respect to him. Going forward, though, at his age, do you think he has a chance to win? Because we all know Masters is not kind to the more, I don't want to say older folks because I'm roughly his age, but I will say the more seasoned golfing gentlemen.
No, the history of you playing a bunch of Masters championships it doesn't really lend to first-time winners. I think this was Rory's 17th attempt or something like that. Yep. Sergio won it on his 19th, but that is the furthest it goes. So I'm not sure if he's got another, major title in him. But I know he is of that caliber, and apparently is still of that caliber to keep competing. But I think Augusta would be his best bet. It was crazy to me. His longest drive this week was only 311 yards.
Yeah,
that is nothing. You're talking about Rory, and I think he hit 382, 352.
Rory was
Bryson
averaging
hit 358. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, Rory averaged 317.9 and Justin averaged 295.7. Like, massive. It's what a difference almost 10 years makes.
Yeah, I know, right?
And here's a surprise stat. Bryson only averaged 310.7, so Rory on average outdrove Bryson.
Yeah, there was a lot of 3-woods and long irons off the tee. I noticed Bryson really kind of scaled back this week, which I didn't think he had it in him. It's one of the reasons why I haven't picked him at Augusta, and specifically the Open. But I didn't think he had it in him.
I mean, I'll be honest. I kind of now regret dropping him for Colin Morikawa on my fantasy team. I mean, I did win our fantasy league, so that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it.
you can't win them all, man. You can't win them all. It's okay.
I tried going with the non-Scheffler, non-McIlroy bracket, and it did not fare well.
You took a risk and thought outside the box. You voted with your heart. You took Sergio. You voted with your heart. Respect. And we're not going to talk too much about his round. We'll talk about that whatever god awful outfit he was wearing on what was that, Friday? The Ronald McDonald cosplay.
I think that was his Thursday Crushers Ronald
was
McDonald
it Thursday?
Outfit.
Oh God!
With the sun sleeves too, man.
Just mustard yellow. Oh, what? How's his wife letting him go out of the house like that is my first question.
I have no clue.
Where do you think that ranks up for you in all-time Masters looks? Because we've had a couple interesting showings.
It's got to be up there with Jason Day's sweater mishap last year.
Oh God, yeah, that was ugly. We could probably do a whole episode on Masters fits. I mean, that might. I don't know. Maybe we have an off week when it's kind of bored.
Yeah, well, shout out Ludwig and Adidas for bringing back the old school Adidas logo, and that clothing line absolutely just gorgeous this weekend. Like, I normally don't watch people on the course and go, man, I got to go get some gear. And I'm like already on Adidas's website. Like, I need everything.
I need Adidas to sponsor me right now, or somebody to give me $500. We're good. Take that. You take that bet you placed on Rory after round one. I mean, that was a smart play right there. You did pretty good there.
Yeah, I found him at plus 1,100 after his Thursday round, so I couldn't pass up getting Rory at that number.
Yeah, that's an incredible call. I won 88 total, so I'm happy with that. My big payoff didn't hit because freaking Colin let me down, man. I was this close to having a steak dinner at the Burning Blade Tavern at Epic Universe. Not a shameless plug for them, but like more of a bragging that I get to go there soon for my pass holder preview. But I was this close to having a steak at the Burning, and Colin didn't show up. Colin didn't do Colin things at the Masters. It's just depressing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Anyway. I think Justin Rose definitely 100% his flowers, man. He did so good, and it's always fun to watch him play. He's been incredibly consistent. He was the first Olympic golf winner, first gold medalist there, and yeah, we'll see him doing good things the rest of the year. So good job, Justin.
He was world number 1 in 2018. Mm-hmm. He's a top 10 all-time career money list guy. Like, he's had a heck of a career. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's finished T2 in every single major, maybe T3 in one. And of course, he won at Marion, the Open there in 2013. So he's had a great career. Nothing to say about it.
And he's going to be a force when he gets on the Champions Tour in a couple years. If he even goes that way, he may stay on the regular tour. I mean, who knows? But
right. Dude, speaking of Champions Tour, man, Fred Couples at 65.
Freddie freaking Couples, dude.
If I told you that on Thursday, Rory would finish lower than Freddie Couples. I
would have had you I would have had the guys in the straitjacket take you away for if you even tried to place that bet somewhere, because that's you are either that or I'm calling the X-Files, because you were some sort of psychic soothsayer that knows something that nobody else knows. I did not have that on my bingo card this year at all.
No, I mean, he chips in on 1 for birdie, and you're like, all right, that's cool. He holes out on 14 for eagle. Like, what a first round he shot, 1 under par. Unfortunately, he didn't bounce back. He shot a 77 round 2 and missed the cut. But
okay, but how much did he miss the cut by? 2. He missed it by 2.
Right. In his 40th career start. Go on, Freddie.
How great would that have been if he made the weekend? How much fun that would have been! Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been another great storyline to a great Masters.
Yeah, it's oh my god, yeah, no, just unbelievable. Freaking! Actually, let me look this up real quick. Hold on, let me try to get some stats for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Fred Couples.
It's awesome because like Augusta brings out the best of every the big name golfers are constantly the ones showing up in this tournament. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got McIlroy winning this week. Justin Rose, who's got 7 top 10s. Like I said, third runner up. Patrick Reed finishing in third. I mean, previous winner. He's got 5 top 10s. Scotty behind him. Sanjay with his third top 10 and 6 starts. Bryson again after coming T6 last year. You got Ludwig.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid's going to win one within the next 3 years.
No, easily. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see him win next year. Like he's going to be in that conversation.
Yeah, and I mean, and then you got at T8 and like running out the top 10. I think it's technically 11. Like you got Xander, another guy, 5 top 10s in 7 years. Zach Johnson, talk about rolling back the clock. He played a heck of a round on Saturday. Jason Day, another 5th career top 10. Corey Connors, 4 top 10s in 6 years. Like, it is a consistent list of guys that constantly do well here.
Yeah, it's incredible. All right, so here's what I got on Freddie. Good old Freddie Couples. 276.5 average yards driving, so he's out driving me.
I was going to say.
I think I top out at about 275. His accuracy, and this is what I was talking about earlier, where you have to hit fairways to win at Augusta. His driving accuracy was 85.7%. So that's big for him. Gers, not so great, 41.7. Saves at 50%. 1 eagle, 3 birdie, 9 bogey. 71 round 1, 77 round 2.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're talking about hitting fairways at Augusta. I'm pretty sure Rory only had like 50% fairways this week.
I just had it open. What did I do with it? He didn't do that great. He had 65.3.
62. Sorry. He shot 57%
62.
in the final round, and then 50% on Tuesday in the second round on Friday. Sorry, Tuesday. He struggled with the fairways. That's for sure. It was not his strong suit this week, which is very strange for him. But like I said in the preview, it's all about those approach shots, man. And he was dialed.
Yeah, and as we said a few minutes ago, that's how Bryson lost it. Before we really get into the weeds, if we're handing out awards, we handed out the I don't know what we're going to call that, maybe the senior performance, or we'll call it the Fred Couples Award. I don't know. We handed out Justin Rose gets the Always a Bridesmaid Award. I hope to God that's not Ludwig's case in the next couple years, because he's gonna do it. I want to hand out something I want to call. We'll call it the Tub Thumping Award. This is to the golfer who just keeps getting knocked down, beat up, gets the crap kicked out of him, and then completely turns it around to do miracle things, and that's going to be Max Homa.
Okay.
Like, look where he was after that first round. Couldn't hit a shot, basically. Hit a Marshall, and turned it around pretty well to finish. He finished pretty decently.
I mean, it's great because his career's kind of been that for the past couple months, man. Just non-existent. He couldn't even hold his own in the TGL, man. But that punch out on 8 that hits the 4 caddy, and the 4 caddy just like walks to the side and is like, nothing to see.
It's like, oh, okay.
What a shot.
He's not hitting hard that day.
That's your ball, Mr. Homa.
So bad.
But yeah.
Comes back to finish
funny.
T12.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. The pro.
And the crazy part is he didn't even do that bad in the first round. He shot a 74. That's not bad. Yeah. He beat Rory in the first round.
There was some weird rounds out there. I think like Justin Thomas had one of the
I lied. He
ugliest.
Didn't beat Rory the first round. Hold on. Let me fact check that.
All right, fact check that.
Fact check that. He did not beat Rory the first round.
He did
Rory
not.
shot a 72. My bad. I'm thinking of somebody else.
But I think it was Justin Thomas had like one of the ugliest first rounds I've ever seen, and somehow was still relevant. Maybe not in the grand scheme of things, but like it was wild.
Yeah, he just got so beat up that first round, Max did, and to come back to finish T12, I mean, he goes, what do we got? 74, 70, 69, 71. 15 birdies, 9 bogeys, 1 eagle. The fact that he only shot 9 bogeys, too, after that first round. Pars all over the place, a double bogey in that first round, but yeah, he gets the Chumbawamba Award or the Tub Thumping Award just for coming back from that, because he got knocked down, but he picks back up again.
Yeah, they're never going to keep him down.
Never going to keep him down.
Are you surprised that 11 under was... Yeah, right? Stay down. Are you surprised that 11 under was the winning score?
I thought it was going to be more. I really did.
I did as well. The course played incredible.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we all go thinking into it, it's not going to be that bad. But after the first round, seeing the guys score all over the place, I really thought that we were talking about, you know, 15, 16 under, especially with how nice the weather was the next couple of days. We didn't have that just terribly whippy winds, and of course the winds picked up a little bit, but it's been the nicest weather I'm pretty sure they've had in a couple of years. Yeah,
it's been pretty dreary down there with a little bit of rain. It actually caught me off guard on Sunday. I noticed like the greens were actually turning brown. And one of the jokes with the Gus is like, go down there trying to fight a weed, you know, try to find something that's not the greenest shade of green you've ever seen. And like for it to be picking up on TV, like going brown. And even Bryson was like, dude, I got caught like off guard with how fast those greens actually were on Sunday. Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah. It is exactly what you want to see in a championship golf course.
Oh yeah, those greens were zipping, it was awesome.
Yeah, not that I've ever been a hater on Augusta as a course. I kind of always had the opinion that it gets by on a couple, like, not really great holes, but like a couple best in the world holes. Don't get me wrong. I feel like there's some little elements, a couple holes that, you know, just kind of throwaway par fours. But man, with those conditions, like every hole was either a birdie or a double bogey. Like you could have missed by an inch and it literally would have affected your score by 2-3 shots. It was incredible to watch.
No, I'll second that. I mean, Amen Corner definitely gets them a long way, but I don't know. To me, it's one of the greatest courses in the world, just hands down. Not just because of its sacredness and not just because of like, oh, it's Augusta and it's so great I can't get on it. I'm always going to be looking at the outside in and wondering what if. I don't know. To me, it's the challenge of being an extremely hilly course and forcing players to make shots. That's what does it for me there. You don't have a choice. Like you have to be on your game every single time you play there. Even for daily play, you have to be on your game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's another course out there that has these absolute just razor thin margins that could lead either to a ball going in the hole or to absolute heartbreak. It's incredible, those greens. And the amount of ways to play the course, like we said with, you know, Justin Rose, not a long guy, 40 yards shorter off the tee than McIlroy. I mean, he can play it one way. Rory can play it a different way. It's incredible. It really is. Yeah, I mean, Justin Rose was throwing darts at every pin. And you know what? You're able to do that to an extent. When, Rory started playing a little defensive and kind of out of his comfort zone, I think, with the lead, especially on 13 there.
Yep.
You saw the course get the best of him, and it's so, to me, it's so cool to watch.
Yeah, and that's the magic of that course too, is because you can, if you look at it and do your research, you can have a good time there. Obviously, you have to be accurate with your shots, but it's probably the only course where I would go, if I ever was lucky enough to play it, I would sit there and study it and look at it and say, all right, this is a shot I have to hit here. This is a shot I have to hit here. And just basically go shot by shot mental notes based on my own game. Because there's no way I'm taking on a sand trap in on the first hole or something like that. Like there's certain things that I know I have limitations to do. And I kind of plot my way out as sort of a best case scenario around Augusta. Now, not going to happen because I don't have that level of accuracy. But at least I can go into it with that mindset where I can tailor it to my game. But I'll still get whooped. Doesn't matter.
And I'll be very happy doing so.
Absolutely. I could write down a 200 on that scorecard and not care.
Right. All right. I went off on the Augusta tangent. Any more awards given out?
No, I don't think we have any more awards. I'm sure we can make some more. Well, you know what? Best dressed outfit is Sergio.
Most what's the word? I can't think of it.
Most offensive outfit for him?
Offensive's a good word. Gaudy?
Most, I got dressed in the dark?
It could be. The eyesore?
I do want to go back to Fred Couples for a second, though.
Sure.
Before we get too far off on his... Cause we are, I could talk about that outfit all day. I found out...
on him and sell hamburgers, man.
Freddie Couples had the longest span between under-par rounds at the Masters. He was -1 in his first round in 1983, which was his debut tournament. He shot 68 in round 2, and 2025, so 42 years later, he shot it. The previous record holder was Jack and Tom Watson. They had it for 40 years, but 42 years between his first under par round at Augusta and now. Like, it's incredible, the longevity.
It's nice to say that me and Freddie Couples have something in common. Until now. And that is we've never shot under par at Augusta.
I shot under par a long time ago.
Sorry.
Before you were born.
Yes. In my time.
In your time. Okay. All right. That's fair. I'll give you that.
Can we
he shot under par in Augusta.
Can we put a special plaque in the trees where Scotty Scheffler sat down on 18?
I was thinking a chalk outline.
Chalk outline. Just a dead body report.
That was great. That's hilarious. Just like... And what did I say in the group chat? I said something like, oh, yeah, that's right. I dropped the Kendrick line. I was like, yeah, the course just told Scotty to sit down, be humble.
My favorite meme on the internet of that, somebody was like, if I give you a candy bar, will you come on out?
Okay, you go sit under there with your jukebox, your juice box and your Tonka trucks and just play, and we'll go over here and you can have alone time for a little bit.
I don't want to finish.
I hit it under the tree, under the magnolia, and I can't get out. Help me find my ball.
I will say the audacity to ask for relief because there's like a wire underneath a tree that should never be in play. That's incredible.
He was playing so good up to that point. I wonder if that kind of really threw him off because he was great through 3 and just kind of fell off in the 4th.
Yeah, it could have. I feel like he wasn't the only one that kind of struggled in certain aspects and just, pushed through and kind of survived. The dude finished in 4th. It's not like he disappeared.
No, he didn't disappear, but he could have. I don't know. I think he should have been higher up in the conversation and just kind of. He didn't disappear, but he fell off. I think his quality of play fell off.
It got him to a point where, like Rose, we thought was pretty much out of play.
Yeah. Now, you know what other award I want to hand out too, and it's kind of a news note, but
Sure.
We'll call this the number 1 while looking like a piece of number 2 award. Ballester.
Okay.
Taking a number 1 in Rays Creek on 13.
Yeah. No, he did a number 1. Well, McElroy took a dump in it on Sunday. What a story that is. Do you think this guy's ever going to get invited back?
I think he will. It's kind of a... I know a lot of people are going to have some heat on this, and I'd love to hear some of the comments below what you guys think about it. I think it's just like a kid being stupid, and when you gotta go, you gotta go. Yes, it's Rays Creek. Yes, it's Augusta. Yes, it's sacred ground, but no real harm was done. It was just kind of funny.
He admitted to the patrons being able to see him.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those funny things. It's not really, I don't think it's really all that bad. Augusta's probably gonna, I think we would have heard by now if Augusta was kicking him out anyway. Like, he would have been removed right there if that was the case.
Yeah. I was gonna say his coach got kicked off the driving range in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Rays Creek, he had the backwards upside down Sun Devils hat. There was a lot of faux pas going on.
Yeah, kid's got some game though, doesn't he?
He does. Well, he was the U.S. Am. That's how he qualified. I'm pretty sure he also had a European Am title the year before. Yeah, he's got game. He's another absolute bomber too.
Oh, he was up there like around 200 for the ball speed.
Yeah, I think he was third on the week in average drives too. It was like Rory, Bryson, and him.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that up right now, but he was...
It's like our boy Pock Eater.
Yes. 311.6 was his average driving. So, yeah, kid's got game. 76 in the first round, 71 in the 8. We didn't have a low amateur this year, but I really think that it would have been him if hypothetically amateurs qualify through the weekend for whatever reason. Yeah, I think he would have come out with a low. Anyway, that's all the awards I got, Kev. I don't know if you have any more.
I think that's it of note.
All right.
We can have the biggest shot to not get an award. I don't know what you want to call that one, but Patrick Reed hauling out on 17 on Sunday, and nobody noticing because they were all watching the scoreboard change because Rory made birdie.
Yeah, that was epic.
Like literally nobody saw it go in. It was incredible.
It lives in our hearts, and it lives in the shot for Patrick Reed. Oh, he doesn't get one, does he? No. I don't know. We'll throw another award for most Masters wins versus most wins in TGL.
Okay.
Rory? No TGL wins. All right.
You gotta look at my Jupe links there. We got Tiger.
Well,
it's a lot more Masters to a lot less
Tiger's got a lot
wins.
more Masters than Jupe links had. There might even be one holes.
Yeah, it might be close.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that was fun going over those awards for a fun weekend. And I'm trying to look at what other notes I had before we kind of get in. Like, I really want to dig into round 4 just because it was such a crazy just a crazy ride.
Oh, dude. I can't wait to talk about Sunday. As good as the other days were, Sunday was incredible.
Yeah, like we said earlier, something like 23 million people tuned in, like the most watched golf event of all time, apparently. Like, it's, oh my god, if you're gonna try to make somebody a golf fan, that's got to be one of the rounds you show them. Tiger 97, of course. That might be a little bit too old for some of the younger people's tastes.
Yeah, then throw on 19 then.
Yeah, 19 works, but I think this one, just because of the close competitiveness and just how many guys were in contention right until the very end, is what makes it, is going to make it so legendary.
Yeah, especially the storyline switching, because it was originally a heavyweight fight. You know, Bryson, Rory, last group. And then it kind of faded, hole 10. I think Rory was like a 90% favorite to win the whole tournament after 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, new contender enters the ring, and Justin Rose comes running down the ramp and, flips into the ring, and, we have another heavyweight title fight. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I have this one from Data Goffels on Jamie Kennedy's Twitter. After Rory's win probability on the back 9, after 9 holes, 83.2, 10th, 92.3, 11th, 94.9, 12th, 95.8, 13th hole, when he takes the number 2 in Rays Creek, 73.2, 14th, it goes down to 29.9.
Yeah, because he lost the lead.
Yeah. 15th, it goes up to 64.9, 16th, 42.7, 17th, 86.7, 18th, the bogey drops him down to 58.9. I would argue that you should have made that 50-50, even 50-50 there.
Yeah, it was incredible. I don't know what else to say. I'm getting giddy again.
I mean, I did, I took a couple notes on it, of course, and I had Rory with 2 shots to start the round. He had a lead there. The roller coaster began on that first hole.
Mm-hmm.
This is incredible. He drops 2 shots to Bryson. They're tied for the lead. Hole number 2, Bryson takes it outright. Hole 3 switches it back up, and I don't know. I thought it was going to be just a like at that point, it was just going to be them trading blows back and forth, and I thought it was going to be awesome. I thought it was going to be like, almost kind of like a Jack and Arnie kind of battle or Tiger Phil sort of thing. I was really looking forward to that, but
yeah, I was too. It's crazy, those first 2 tee shots that Rory hits. I mean, he puts it into the fairway bunkers on both holes, and that is literally the worst place to go on both of those holes. But I would say less than a yard combined. Like, if he found an extra 1.5 feet on both drives, like, we're not even talking about this right now.
Yeah, he was that close to glory in a lot of things, and that close to like being screwed on a lot of things.
Yeah,
I mean, that first shot in the sand, that's nerves.
Oh, it's so much. He was talking about his adrenaline on the first tee and how like his swing speed through the first 3 rounds on one, like that bunker wasn't even a factor, but like just the nerves that he was going through. I mean,
oh yeah,
he took one of his worst swings, of the tournament, and really fought back. Just to lead off before we recap this whole round, Rory had a great quote in his presser afterwards. He said, "The battle today was with myself. My battle today was with my mind and staying in the present. I'd like to say I did a better job with it than I did, but it was a struggle, but we got over the line."
That's been his biggest enemy, was himself, and that's what I was really worried about, that with hitting that sandball on first and on the second, another sandball, and he just can't get that, like the iron shot into the green too. He was looking to get it on that ridge to funnel it in. It just didn't happen. And I thought that he was just going to, start jumping off a bridge at that point.
Yeah, I was worried. I was very much worried that all these past major demons were coming back. I do appreciate that he took his medicine. I mean, obviously the medicine's not making double on one, and 3-putting, but like he took his medicine. He didn't try to get overly aggressive and be a hero to start. So I give him so much credit just staying in the moment.
And that's a bit of a different Rory than we've seen too, because I've noticed when he starts to even have trouble early on, he tries to overcompensate, and that's where he just the game goes to hell.
Look, he went to the greatest, Masters player, maybe second, ever before this tournament. He sat down with Jack and was like, "Dude, tell me how to play this course." If you're gonna pick anybody, you're going to him. You're going to Tiger. Like, good on him. I hope whatever Jack said sat in, because I believe Jack said before the tournament, he's like, Rory's got everything. He just plays like an idiot. It's incredible. You're already playing against the best golfers in the world, but to be playing against yourself is sometimes the hardest opponent possible.
Oh, 100%. And we all do it that way. I couldn't tell you how many times I've been on the course and just had a piss poor blow up hole. I did it today when I was on the course. I had a piss poor blow up hole, and then I'm sitting there thinking, all right, I need to be way more aggressive for these next couple holes to try to save my score. What am I saving? I'm making the situation worse for myself, and that's why they say that golf is 90% mental. And what do you know? The next hole, I made it worse for myself.
Right,
Like,
and I mean, we can take
everybody
Rory,
does it.
Double on one, fairway bunker on two, great 2-putt for par, and then he steps up on 3 and absolutely bombs a drive. Then he hits this little flip wedge to like 6 feet and makes birdie. Like, he's right back in.
Yeah, stone cold nuke.
Dude, incredibly enough, what's Bryson laying up for on 3?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you what he was thinking. Like, that's not Bryson's game. His game is so like, I'm going to steamroll this thing. I'm going to go for it. I don't know if he was. The only thing I can think is that maybe he was taken aback by being tied after 2 and not expecting that and saying, okay, I've tied him. Now maybe I can afford to be a little bit more conservative, but
it could be.
Dumb move.
I think he wanted a full swing into the green, but like, on that hole, like, you just get up close. It's a tough green. Don't get me wrong. That shot by Rory, even though it was 50 yards or whatever it was, that is a tough approach shot. But, like, playing for, like, a 20-foot putt on 3, that just ain't it, man.
Oh, there we go. Not to change the subject, but going back to correct something I said earlier. Masters final round averaged 12.7 million on CBS, and it makes it the most watched golf telecast on any network in 7 years. So not necessarily ever, but 7 years. I just wanted to fact check that real quick before anybody lights us up in the comments for being terribly wrong. But anyway, yeah, That's when the cracks really started to show, and I feel like that got Bryson a little bit shook. And we come to the fourth hole, and we are so back, baby.
Oh, dude.
We are so back on the fourth.
32 yards, and you're jamming it to like 8 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute
Throwing
stones,
darts. Man. Yeah, it was beautiful. Number 5, again, it struggled with the fairways waves were showing off in the pine straw, but the next shot over the green, he kind of got, I feel like he got away with this one here and just barely missing that bunker shot or being in the bunker once again.
Rory admitted to being just absolutely riding his luck this week. That shot on 5 in the pine straws, but somehow he has one little gap. It's incredible. I wonder if that's that has to do with like all the trees that came down from the hurricane. Like I wonder if a tree got uprooted and like gave him some of these windows.
If so, I mean, he better get a tattoo that says "Thank you, Helene." Like,
come on, Helene.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. That shot from the pine straw was incredible because I mean, in my opinion, the 5th hole is one of the hardest holes on the course. So you miss your tee shot there and you walk away with a par. That is incredibly fortunate.
But going back to your comment earlier about him just like a couple inches, this one he got away with it, just barely missing the bunker by it. It only looked like it was a couple feet, if that. Number 6, he missed the green, but we got some Texas wedge action from deep downtown. That was a great putt. That was an awesome putt, just getting it that close and dropping it in for a par. I mean, that was amazing.
And that, like, going back to the golf course, like, if you're going to miss 6, and when the pin's in the back, you got to miss it where he missed it. Like, if you miss it short, and I think Bryson ended up short on his shot, like, that is a harder 2-putt from there. So even his misses, I mean, they were in the right spots.
Thinking back, though, I wonder if that was almost by design to come up that short.
I don't know. I doubt it on that pin.
Yeah. Because I know, like a lot of the places in there, they tell you it's better to miss than it is to even hit the green because you're just going completely uncontrolled. You got some more control if you send it long or short or off to the side, but I don't know. I mean, it was just an amazing putt from off the green, though.
Yeah. Great up.
Hole number 7, I'm going to give a shout out to one of my favorite YouTube channels, Botchamania. The fairway says, "I am the fairway," and then missed another one. What does he do? Just boop, right on top of the green, a few feet past the tee.
The first of, I don't know, 4 or 5. Just incredible poster-worthy golf shots. You know, another one, left pine straw, and he hooks another shot around the trees from, I think it was like 150 yards, and he sticks it again to 8 feet. Rory was funny on that shot. He said, I probably shouldn't have taken that on. In fact, his caddy didn't even want him to hit that shot. And he's like, nah, I got this. And I love that.
He's out here hitting tiger shots is what he's doing.
Yeah,
like, absolutely. I love the reaction to him walking up the fairway, just like laughing his ass off. He's like, I don't know how I did that.
In his mind, he's like, that wasn't supposed to happen.
And the best part about that is I think everybody who plays golf can relate to that because you just do something like, how did I just pull that off?
Oh, I say it every round.
You're laughing hysterically. Yeah.
Every round with people that I play. That'll bring you back next week. I think cheesy line, but it's so true.
Yeah, he's got 5 shots that are going to bring him back the next 5 years for tournaments, different exemptions. But then about that putt, that putt after that.
No, we don't talk about that putt. No,
right,
we stick with the iron shot into the green and we go, yes.
That putt gets the Bruno Award.
we don't mention that he left that putt a foot short in the heart.
We don't talk about that putt. No. Yeah. We don't talk about that putt.
Rory dropped, I think, over 2 strokes putting on Sunday. Like, it was abysmal.
So rough. So rough. Going on to number 8, and I stole one from one of my favorite YouTube channels, last one, but this time I'm going to steal a quote from one of the greatest golfers of all time. This guy spends more time in the sand than David Hasselhoff. And I'll tell you what, with a skin tone like Rory's, I mean, the less beach he's at, the better. But again, in the sand.
In the sand. That guy, fairway bunkers and Rory McIlroy on the front nine.
But he's saving it. That's the important thing. He's saving the sand shots.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he, again,
Except
takes
for
medicine, doesn't hit the four caddy, goes past the four caddy, and hits a shot, and what was it, 20 feet? Like, it wasn't anything spectacular, just misses birdie and walks away with par.
Yeah.
Limiting mistakes, man.
And I felt like he was solidly in control at this point. And he's just hit pars, man. Just hit pars. Play smart. Hold 9. Another dart. It rolls back to a couple feet. Drains it for birdie. He's 1 under 35 on the front. Just got in trouble on the first 2 holes and then just came back and took control of the situation.
And not even the approach shot on 9. The tee balls that those guys hit, like Bryson steps up and just does his like Hulk smash drive and it goes straight. It goes straight out. That's almost like a 90-degree dog leg left. Rory's taking this line that is over the trees that like the announcers are like, is that good? And then they're like, oh, that's really good. Like he's taking these lines that are incredible. And like, not to mention the control on the approach shot, because that is like a nasty 3-tier green there. And like just to stick it to the right tier, it was incredible. I love that all.
Yeah, and it was I think, what was that quote we had last week about well, no, that was on 10, somebody taking it over the cabins on 10. That's right.
Yeah. With the tree damage.
Yeah.
The lines on 10 were crazy. They were talking about people actually hitting fades on 10, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me.
It's incredible. But I mean, I'm just like I'm reflecting on it and just like the range of emotions in the front 9. I can't. But
they were so minimal compared to what we're about to feel.
Yes, it got even more nuts on the back 9, and I don't know, man. Already my Fitbit's going off saying like, dude, your heart's beating too fast. Chill out.
Right.
Thinking about this.
Hole 9 birdie, hole 10 birdie for Rory. Again, just 2 perfect drives, 2 perfect approaches, 2 perfect putts. Like he played 9 and 10 so well.
Yeah, he played it beautifully.
It was incredible.
11,
and then comes 11. Another missed drive. Another approach shot that probably should have been really, really bad, but held on by an inch.
Oh, dude, you literally heard everybody just go,
yeah,
and hold their
audible.
breath. Nobody wanted to breathe for fear of knocking it over one more blade of grass descended into the drink. Like I've never heard an entire golf course just collectively stop breathing.
It was hilarious. Rory talked about he was like considering playing out of turn to hit it just in case, a gust of wind came up or something and blew it into the water. Like it was, again, razor thin. Yeah.
Recovery though, 2-putt bogey. It's okay. I mean, the previous hole were like, I don't know. I got the same feeling because, for those of you listening who don't know us, we're Philadelphia Eagles fans, and it was a party during the Super Bowl watching it. I know it was boring for everybody else, but it was a party for us watching it. And that's kind of the feeling I got when he was at 10. Like he was in control. He was there. It was enjoyable watching, but my God, 2-putt bogey, par 3 on a par 3 all right, reset. We'll go back to hole 12. He resets. He's on the back of the green, gets his first putt, drains it for par. You finish. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Hello?
We're good.
Hello?
Yeah, in control. We're good. Everybody calm down.
You want a good Philadelphia Eagles Masters correlation? Within the year that I've been at Augusta, the Eagles have won a Super Bowl.
Oh, that's
Twice.
right. That's right.
2018, and then last year too. With the Eagles winning this year. So just saying, Mr. Laurie, if you ever want to win another Super Bowl, certain tickets could be passed my way.
Do you think Laurie knows anybody who can play at Augusta? You think he's played?
He could. Yeah.
You think he could?
I think he has. I think he has.
Hey, Peyton's a member there, so he has at least one in with somebody he knows.
I'm sure he's got plenty ins.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Shout out to the marker that was playing, because he is a Philly guy also. Yeah, Augusta, Marion. It's a pretty good list of courses.
How awesome is that to be the marker too? You just get called in probably while you're sitting on the toilet. That's the fourth reference we made to that, and get told that you're going to be the marker. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's set. Like, there is a guy for the upcoming. It's him. It's always going to be him until he's not as good.
All right. Slight distraction because we needed it.
Yeah, needed it.
Now it's time to
heartbreaks.
It's time to address the elephant in the room.
Well, we dropped a shot on 11. 12.
Okay.
All right. 12. The rule for Tiger, the rule for Jack. Sunday, 12, just put it in the center of the green, take your 2-putt, and go. Mm-hmm. And Rory does that, and I sat there and I just dusted my hands off. And I went, game
We're
over.
good.
He got through 12 the way the greatest have said to play it. And then he takes a 3-wood on 13. I'm so angry at this move.
Here's the note I had on 12. Like, I said, you got this, Rory. Don't do anything stupid.
Nostradamus.
All I could think of that right off the tee was, that sound on TikTok you hear like every other video, that oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Dude, yep. I literally just told you not to do anything stupid, and what do? Yeet! Ball into the water.
Yeah, the first problem is you're laying up, dude.
I
watched so many people
it.
earlier in the year. Like, if you're gonna put in the water in 2, you still can get up and down for par.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not as much of a penalty. And then he dinks a wedge, man. Absolute dump of a wedge.
And I don't know if that I couldn't tell if it was a hosel. I couldn't tell if it just got caught on the grass, but it's so un-Rory.
So, and this is the beauty of a lot of the fairways on Augusta, and especially 13. That fairway on 13 is like a 45-degree slope for the most part. And he found himself with a pitch shot off of one of these crazy lies where the ball is so much higher than his feet that naturally that shot wants to pull it left. So he accounted for a left pull, and he said he just didn't hit it. Like, he didn't play it over the water.
No, he certainly didn't.
But, like, and again, the beauty of that pin there is left is not where you want to be. You're in 3-putt range if you go left of the pin. And there's, like, 2 yards of room right. Like, it's such an amazingly designed golf hole. And I don't know. I don't remember seeing as many balls in the water on 13 than I did this week. But, yeah, I mean, Rory picks the absolute worst time to hit one of the absolute worst shots in golf major history.
Easily one of the worst shots he's ever hit. Even probably going back to the first time he picked up a club. Like,
oh, dude, when he was on like whatever late night TV show hitting pitch shots into a washing machine, like that kid's probably shaking his head like, "What are you doing?"
No, dude, it was unbelievable, and I swear to God, like it was at that same time that the god of chaos, Loki came down and blessed Augusta with his chaos, because Rory gets another double bogey. That's number 4 for the week.
That is his 4th.
At the same
fun
time,
fact, nobody ever has won Augusta with 4 double bogeys at that point.
Yes, and we were all thinking that and going, "Oh shit, it's over."
The announcers made a point to say,
He's not doing this. He's not doing this. 4 double bogeys. There's no way in hell. On the other side of the course, Justin Rose drains his 3rd birdie in a row to get to 10. Ludwig, he's sitting at 9. Patrick Reed is 7. It is tight at the top of the leaderboard. Tight as in you start the back 9, 13 under, and you're just, the leaderboard is crammed up after 13. I don't remember the last time I saw such chaos on just one hole.
No, I mean, it brought him down to both of them were at 11 by the time he walked off of the par 5. Like, they were tied. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible.
And then we 14. Another missed fairway. What a surprise.
Just an ugly played hole. 14, again, one of my filler holes on that course. What an ugly hole by Rory again. Just like, yeah, bad shot, bad second, bad chip, 2-putt, walk away with a bogey. Like, ugh.
That putt though. I mean, first of all, I'm going to give a shout out to the guy who shouted Zootopia on his second shot, which I guess is Rory's favorite movie now, according to the internet. But that putt, dude, that was such an unlucky putt. I mean, I was joking around. I was saying for Tiger that drops because everybody's like jumping and cheering and screaming and vibrating the ground to make it go down, but. I don't know, maybe it's something with the in-ground watering irrigation system that absorbs the shock from the crowds just screaming and yelling, and it didn't go down. Man. It's just an unlucky miss.
Especially, like, from here on in, all of Rory's putts are all, like, on the lip, and they're not breaking. It's incredible. Even the putt he had on 13. The announcers are like... This putt is dead straight. Like, you would never know if you've never hit this. The announcers called the putt out, and he still put it on the right edge, and he's standing there like, that went dead straight. How did that happen?
It's crazy. And, I mean, but at least with this one, Justin Rose, he dropped one, so it's 10-9 at this point. But it is 10. Rory is down to 10.
And Rory's losing the lead here on 14.
At this point, they're like, Ludwig, he comes in the conversation. He comes up, and it's the equivalent that I said he's to putting his quarter on the Street Fighter machine, because I was a Street Fighter guy, not so much Mortal Kombat. But we all know the rules of the old school arcade. You put your quarter on the machine, that's your place in the line. He's sitting there at 9 under at this point now.
Yeah, he was at 10 at one point. Like, again, I'm getting excited. Anything could have happened here. And anything did happen. That's the crazier part.
Yeah, because buckle up, kids. 15's a ride.
Buckle up, because you're going to see Rory from being absolute choke through 13 and 14 to becoming the greatest golfer ever and hitting the most sound irons in the world.
Oh, dude. That hook around the tree. Oh, the shot of a lifetime. It's just like you want to frame it. I love it, Picasso. You want to put it in the Louvre. It was how is the same guy who basically like has a wet fart on 13 comes back 2 holes later to make that shot?
Because he didn't hit a full swing. Who would think that a 50-yard pitch shot is harder than a 200-yard bomb
out of the pine straw around a tree?
But like, not only does Rory do this on 15 on Sunday, on Saturday we're talking about him chasing the same exact shot Tiger did, like literally frame for frame, and then he has to one up himself. It's incredible.
I don't know if that's going to supplant the Tiger shot in history, but man, it's up there. I mean, it might be a 1A 1B situation.
That was the greatest shot that I saw, at least of the weekend. Dude, 209 yards out, full send, high draw to 6 feet. Again, we don't talk about the putt. We don't talk about it.
He missed the eagle. How do you do that? You missed the eagle putt. How?
It was the safest putt I've ever seen. This is like, I might putt it in the water if I miss, so I'm just gonna blow on it and tap in for birdie. Oh, it was an absolute cop-out.
That's the only thing I can think of, because he's trying to mitigate the damage from the last 2 holes. That's the only logical explanation, because an eagle, I'm not going to say an eagle's going to put it away, but it might have put it away at that point.
You want to talk about like Tiger roars and like the sounds that allegedly he, made reverberate around the golf course. If he holds that putt, that could have been the loudest roar ever.
Oh, it would have registered on the scale. I would have heard it up here, and I'm 10 hours away from Augusta.
And shout out to the Bryson fan. As he misses the putt, he goes, "I told you so." Great moment, because again, if that drops, you wouldn't have heard anybody speaking.
Yeah. All right, so here we are, 11, 10, and 10. That's what we got. Rory, Rose, and Ludwig. 11, 10, and 10 after 15. 16! 16. We go to 16.
Hit
Up
me.
the hill off the back of the green. Couldn't get the ball to come back. This one was fine.
Again, on the right tier, though.
On the right tier. And the whole location was the same one that Jack had in 75. But spoiler alert, he does not birdie this hole either.
Guess who does?
He had a 6-stroke lead over Justin Rose, and now they're tied.
He did. And Justin
They're
Rose
tied.
sticks it to 6 feet. 6 feet on 16 for birdie.
Oh. By this point, my Fitbit has called 9/11 like twice. Just. Oh, and we're not done yet. 17,
No.
dead center of the fairway. He hits dead center of the fairway. The follow-up shot, my God.
Right?
Another
one.
shot of the lifetime.
And not only that, the audacity to be shouting at the ball to go, 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 for it to be like a kick in.
You know what it is? He was shouting for it to go because he wanted to see if he could hit a satellite. Like, the only thing that kept it going crazy was, like, I swear to God, it had to have bounced off a low-flying airplane to come down the way it did. And I'm sitting in here just shouting at the top of my lungs to him, like, go, go, go on that one, because it came so close. My neighbors probably thought I was mental. Finally!
Oh, man. Dude.
Finally, it's
Another
happened,
one.
birdie.
197 yards. 197 yards and 2 feet. Again, for the third time today.
Finally,
Unreal.
Finally
iron.
gets a birdie. Finally, he takes a 1-stroke lead over Justin Rose. Justin Rose.
He does. And Justin Rose makes bogey on 17
Yes,
too.
it's 12-10. By this point, Ludwig's quarters rolled off the machine, and eventually on 18, it rolls down into like some gap in the boards on the boardwalk. But we're not talking about that because I've done that about 15 times in my lifetime.
Dude, Oberg cost himself $700,000 with the 72nd hole of the tournament.
But how many times have you done that, just sending it coast to coast like that? Like,
Oh,
so many.
Too many. That's why I'm not a pro. And to add to that, he's the group in front of Rory. Rory had to wait like 15 minutes on 18.
And that's and we're going to talk about it here, but yeah, that's. Well, I'll say that for that. My thoughts on that for when we get there.
Yeah.
But, dude, Rory literally has an arm inside the green jacket at this point. He's up 2. Just don't screw up.
and
Don't screw up.
and for the first time in what feels like 10 holes, he stripes a drive too.
Just don't screw up. Just don't do it. And what does he do? He decides to visit the beach again. Why? I don't know. There's tons of other beaches in Georgia he could have gone to. He could have gone down to Florida that has, like 800 miles of coastline or something stupid like that. No, he wanted to go to the sand on the green side bunker on 18.
Yeah. Again, it's dude, the fairway again. Another just awkward lie. Yeah, ball below his feet, and he just sends it out right.
Oh, my God. But that bunker shot. Just sticking that.
Not a hard bunker shot.
No, but still, the nerves to be able to stick it the way he did. And how cool would it have been if he won it in the same way that he lost the U.S. Open? Like, how great would that have been? Sand shot to a kick and par.
That would have been incredible. And the worst part is his like 5-footer or whatever he has. I looked at that putt and I was like, dude, how many previous like champions have made that putt on 18? Like, I felt like I've seen that putt 100 times.
No, absolutely. It's not hard.
I don't know. I can't believe he missed that. I really can't.
Yeah, I was in shock.
He had a lot of bad putts. I thought that was the worst one, and not just because of the situation.
Yeah, and it was the kind of letdown that, again, I'll make another reference to Philadelphia sports. Philadelphia Union fans we know all too well. With the multiple U.S. Cups or Open Cups, the championship. Oh, and the worst of all is we're thinking, oh man, we're going to sudden death.
Right.
But back to Ludwig real quick. Do you think that helped or hurt Rory for having to wait so long?
I have to think that it hurt him.
I agree.
Just the way he was swinging the club. I've been out on the course where you just feel like you can't do wrong, and I feel like that was Rory. Like, he makes that bogey on 14, and like every shot after that was just pure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think him waiting might have sent him off a little bit.
Oh, I totally agree. He was in a groove, and you know, you mentioned on the course, we've all done that where we've been just like in the zone in a perfect group, and then we hit that one group in front of us, and it's just like skirt, and you're out of it.
Forcing a playoff with Justin Rose. Justin Rose is out on the range, and there are people on the range watching him warm up with all the drama going on 18.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible scenes.
Incredible too is all the people.
His family watching him.
Incredible too is all the people who walked back to 10 thinking the playoff was going to start on 10.
I saw that they were trying to get a spot on 10 just in case.
Yeah.
Shout out Kyle Porter had an awesome tweet. If you played a better ball with Rose and Rory, they would have shot a 59 on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And to make it even better, if you played their worst ball, they would have shot an 80.
That's insane.
Yeah, like they complemented each other so well.
Yeah, Lou Stagner had a great choice tweet as well from Gostad. He said, what Rory did on 15, 16, and 17 in the final round is bonkers. 1 in 28,700 chance. 15, 207 yards to 6 feet. 16, 170 yards to 9 feet. 17, 196 to 2 feet. The chance of the Tour Pro hits each of those shots as close as he did. 1.99% for 15, 7.91% for 16, 0.37 for 17.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, some numbers, but we go on to the playoffs and, dude, absolute freaking ice. Just ice in the veins.
There is a lot to say about Rory's caddy being a childhood friend and all this stuff. Guy took a lot of flack. Totally unwarranted. But you want to talk about, like, it's great to have a professional caddy. It's another thing to have a friend on your bag. Sometimes that could be a detriment. Like, hey, I'm not going to steer you wrong. This is your shot. When, you know, a professional caddy might hit this shot, trust me. And, like, if you don't, like, that's on you. It was said Rory, while he was waiting for a cart to take him back to the 18th tee, his caddy Harry looks at him and he says something along the lines like, look, if I told you on Monday that we would be here, you would 100% take it. And all I'm thinking is, like, if I had my childhood friend that I've been playing golf with for, 40 years, like, that guy knows what you need to really pump you up in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, shout out to him for hitting an all-time line to calm down his player in that case.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and like, that tee shot was beautiful on 18.
Yeah, dude.
Gorgeous.
It was almost identical.
Yeah.
I think it was, like, within 2 yards of it. But the catch, flat lie. Mm-hmm. He caught a flat lie.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pure ice. And the second shot,
especially after Rose, too, don't forget, also piped a drive right in front of him.
Yeah, he saw that one, too. And then Rose puts it, I don't know, what was that, 15 feet?
Yeah, it was, 10 to 15 feet, but he got caught up on that slope.
Mm-hmm. But Rory just throwing a freaking dart. Like, he had, I don't know, how long was that putt? I don't know if you have a stat on that, but it had to have been within 6 foot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was just absolutely incredible that with the nerves just right there.
His approach shot was 126 yards, and he stuck it to 4 feet. And again, dude, credit to Augusta because he probably hit that shot like 136.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, played it perfectly off the back slope, and you just see this thing trickle down. Like, you have seen so many, again, previous winners hit that same exact shot. Incredible.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And at that point, that was the first time I could, like, start to breathe a little bit. But even then, like, with the way he had been putting, I wasn't sure. I was legit scared.
Oh, 100%. And then the similarity to that putt to what he had on 18 at Pinehurst.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, incredible. It's incredible how identical those were that he missed, a couple months previous. And it cost him, a major there. But yeah, I mean, 4 feet, nothing but cup.
And he exercised the Pinehurst demons, finally.
He exercised a lot of demons.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, dude. Easily one of the greatest Masters ever. No doubt at all. It was amazing. I know we talked about it at the kickoff of the podcast, but it was ridiculous. It was so much fun to watch. And it was more fun to put together the notes for it too. Cause like kind of going back and watching it, almost watching the whole thing again, like reliving it. Like it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there was some other just crazy stuff, too, on Sunday. Minwoo Lee and JT are playing together on 18. Minwoo's in the bunker for par and holes it. JT's off the green from the other side and chips in. The whole group didn't even putt. On 16, Bubba and Xander were both 40 feet away. They caught the slope and went down to the old pin position, and they both drained 40-foot putts. Mm-hmm. I mean, Rose made a 58-footer on 11 for birdie.
Yeah, that was a freaking
which is
bomb.
Insane. Like,
that was awesome.
Like, just crazy stuff happened. And what theater? Oh, my goodness.
It's just crazy, like, how we go from the end of round 5. We had Rory 12, Bryson 10, Corey Connors at 8, Patrick Reed 6, Justin Rose in 8th place after that. Like, and to come back to almost win it, like, it was just unbelievable. I'm telling you, if you want your friends to enjoy golf, just show them this. That's it. It's just crazy. And hey, join some pretty good company. 6 Grand Slam champs and technically Bobby Jones in 1930.
Yeah, if you count all of his amateur titles.
Yeah, but Gene Sarazen 35, Ben Hogan 53, Gary Player 65, Jack in 66, and he had a long gap till Tiger into 2000, and finally Rory in 2025. And he now holds the title for longest between the first major win and his Grand Slam winner, going from 2011 to 2025. I'll give you a guess here. Let's play a trivia question. Who has the shortest reign between their first major and the one that wins the Grand Slam for them?
I would have to think Tiger.
You are
but
correct.
I feel like that's too easy.
Nope.
Is it? Okay.
Yep, 97 to 2000.
It took him, what, 3 years? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jax was
3 years.
Jax was 5. Gary Player was a little bit longer. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, that's 14 years between his first major and now. It's incredible.
It is incredible. Man, it's so cool. And I have a funny feeling that it's not going to be his last.
Oh, absolutely not. Dude, the floodgates are open.
I think so, too. Quail Hollow's coming out up. He's already won 4 times on that golf course. Mm-hmm. You know, the Open's back on his home course. Like, there's so many things that are just falling in line right now for Rory. I mean, you have the biggest weight off of your shoulders ever.
Oh, yeah.
You are free, my friend.
He was...
Fly away.
He was so dangerous this year, and now he's just a straight-up cold assassin at this point. Like, he is incredibly lethal, and I know it's a little bit too early to say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tiger Slam winds up being in conversations.
Let's talk about the 3 courses he's won on, too. Mm-hmm. Pebble Beach, Sawgrass, and Augusta. That's incredible of a resume already.
Right, so I don't see any reason why he can't at least easily be in contention, if not win the other 3 majors this year. I mean, you said Quail Hollow, Port Rush back in his hometown. Like, with this, just I don't even want to call it a yacht. I want to call it a planet off his back. He's going to be playing like a completely different man. We're going to see a totally different Rory from here on out to the rest of his career because he got his white whale.
Oh yeah, I mean, he said it. Like, we all do. Like, we dream of winning. Winning at Augusta. It's equivalent to scoring a goal in the cul-de-sac. Mm-hmm. To win the Stanley Cup. Throwing the touchdown pass to win the Super Bowl. Like, this is it, man. I mean, for a lot of Europeans, it's Ryder Cup too. But I mean, this is the dream, dude. And to be your Grand Slam winner. Man, what a moment. And like he showed it, dude. There was a lot of emotion that came out.
Oh yeah, it's the year for Rory, no doubt.
Yeah, I would love to continue just a Rory pod. I think we need to make that happen soon and just recap his history because it's quite the story too.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm thinking, I mean,
do you think Rory withdraws this week?
I think he deserves it if he does. I think he needs to take
one of those
take a moment.
that, of all people, he pushed for everyone playing these.
Yeah, but I think he deserves a week off. He just needs to go back to Northern Ireland. He said he was going to party with his parents, and yeah, dude, party.
Yeah, good on him. That's a great story too. That we'll touch on it in a Rory pod. But I mean, his dad worked 100 hours a week. You know, his mom worked nights. Like, just the sacrifice, and you know, you hear it all the time. But great feel good story. So
yeah, I think that's going to have to come sooner than later.
Dude, we've hit all of my notes except for one, by the way.
Yeah.
Rory made 33s this week.
Jeez.
He did not make a bogey on a par 3. And with all of his birdies and eagles, he made 33s this week.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
That's how you win tournaments. That's how you win the Masters. Yeah, we got through all of mine too. I mean, the last one I had was, of course, shout out to David Loggins, composer of the Masters theme. He died July 10th this past year, and the Masters did a nice tribute to him. I also really liked that John Legend Nervous intro. I thought that was classy. That was gorgeous.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that, but it was pretty sweet. Oh no, because you were watching on the
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tuning in where I could this weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a cool thing. I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube. I haven't found it on YouTube yet, but that's it. I don't really think we have anything left to cover in this Masters recap. Like, it was, I kind of felt like I was being back there in the roller coaster going through it, and I think you could hear it in both of us, the emotion just coming out, just talking about it. That's kind of how it felt. It's crazy.
Yeah. I made the plan Sunday because the weather was, dude, talk about weather. It's been 40 and rainy for the past like 10 days here. It's been gross. So I canceled outdoor plans, no tee times because of the weather, and I said I'm watching the full coverage on Sunday.
Yeah,
and boy, am I glad I did.
I think it might have been the first time I watched full coverage on the Sunday too. Like, it was. Because same situation, weather was just bad here, and not able to do anything about it. But speaking of getting out and playing, I would like to give a shout out to my my student protege Micah. We went out today and played a couple holes, and she's coming along. She's getting a lot better. Driver's coming along very nicely. She hit her first green on a par 3 today. So
okay,
congrats to that.
Nice.
Yeah, looking good out there, and I'll say I would put her a little bit above the skill level of most beginners who have only played 7 rounds and haven't really had a chance to practice much. So she's doing good, and humble brag to me as a teacher for being pretty decent at teaching golf. But yeah, it's all Micah. She's doing well, so I told her I'd give her a shout out. So good job.
There you go. Well done.
But yeah, I think that's going to do it for the podcast. Kev, I don't know if you have anything else or want to give some final thoughts.
I don't know what else there's left to say, man.
Nope.
Again, I feel like I've gone through the roller coaster over the past hour or so that we've been talking. Oh, man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to get to relive that again. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was great waking up Monday morning and knowing that Rory did it, and that feel-good story going right there. But yeah, I guess that's going to do it for us on this special Masters recap episode. And we will see you guys next week with one of our regularly scheduled episodes, even though it seems we're going weekly at this point, but not by design, just by schedule happenstance. And yeah, catch us wherever you listen to your podcast. We're on pretty much every platform now. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube page at Tending Flag. Instagram, we're at Tending Flag. And Twitter, we lit up Twitter this weekend at Tending Flag as well. So it's Tending the Flag without the in it. So just Tending Flag on pretty much all social media channels.
Yeah, Instagram as well, Twitter, YouTube, at Tending Flag. Yeah.
We got some cool content coming up for the YouTube. I know we're trying to get out, and me and Kevin are trying to get out a couple times in the next 2 weeks to play. We have our first, at least I filmed my first half of our first trick shot challenge. We're We're going to call it the 100-shot challenge, and we pick a trick shot and basically kind of play it like horse. And Kev, I don't know if you had a chance to film yours yet, but mine's in the can. It's working on getting edited, so hopefully I can get it up soon.
Nice. No, I'll be getting that tomorrow. I've had some honey-do list stuff to take care of in said kitchen where I'm hoping to film. So it should be up tomorrow. Looking to do it.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And again, like I said, we're going to try to get out and maybe film some content together for once, which would be cool. And
yeah, I'm praying for weather. I'm praying for the weather.
Yeah, me too. But either way, I think we can get together and film something, even if the weather's bad, like when I come up for the concert. But that's internal plans. Doesn't concern you fine folks out there listening to our pod that we love and appreciate you guys all for. And
yes,
again, thank you guys so much for tuning in and for all your continued support. Like, comment, subscribe, tell everybody that you're having a good time with us, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. Love to hear your thoughts, and that's it. Signing off. Hit them straight. Thanks, guys, so much. Cheers.
Yeah, see ya.